If meal planning makes you feel like you're doing advanced math at 5 p.m. with an entire family hungry staring at you, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you the meal planning software that I genuinely love. I've used it for years, from being single to in a relationship to now having a family with 2 kids. I also live well with MS and eat a modified AIP or autoimmune paleo protocol meal plan. And so with meal restrictions, I need to be able to have a meal planning software that caters to dietary restrictions. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use the software. The link to try the software will give you a no-risk 10-day money-back guarantee, and I've even made you an AIP-friendly meal plan that you can try out. Okay, so why does meal planning usually fail? It's because we usually pick meals that don't actually match our week. Sometimes you don't have time to make the grocery list, so you end up going to the grocery store several times during the week. You get bored of the meals, or you don't actually want to eat the meal that you plan, so you end up ordering takeout. What I love about Real Plans is I can plan out our week based on our schedule, so that if we have really busy weeknights because of activities, I can plan our meals appropriately. If you're liking this video so far, please hit like and subscribe. I share healthy habit systems that make life feel lighter. And drop a comment below. I would love to hear what's your biggest meal planning struggle. Is it ideas, not having enough time, picky eaters, staying consistent, or grocery shopping? Let me know and I'll respond to each comment with some suggestions. So I actually have this set up and it's pre-populated. So what happens is these are meals that we know and love. And so if I don't want to think about what to feed us for the week, these are exactly the meals that we are going to eat. I can, of course, delete these and put in new ones. So, if I don't feel like a tuna salad, I can just X that out. And let's say I want prawn dumplings this week. So I will search, I will find my recipe, and I will drag and drop. And then let's say I don't really want baked noodles, and I want to either look for a recipe or I'll import. I'll show you how to import, but if I've imported a whole bunch of recipes, I want to make sure that I'm eating AIP this week. And then I've got a bunch of different recipes that pop up. I've got a chicken dish on Wednesday. Maybe, we'll do ribs instead. And so I will drag and drop that into Thursday. So I only plan a few lunches and a few breakfasts. I then meal prep the breakfasts and lunches on Sunday. And then my husband actually cooks our dinners fresh on that day. So I will usually put, 1 to 2 recipes that I will prep myself for breakfasts and lunches. And then when I go to do my grocery shopping, after I've planned all the meals that I want, I go into view shopping list. I will open the tab for the grocery store that we shop at, and I will start going through the list. So I will either remember or I will go and check in the fridge. I already have carrots on hand, so I don't need that. I can actually check it off. If I already have a cucumber in hand, I can check it off. And then that leaves me with what's left. And then I can input that into my grocery store, online shop, order that, and then pick that up on the weekend before I do meal prep. I am now going to show you how to input a recipe. So she's got great recipes. So I navigate over to her recipes. We'll do, let's do breakfast. We'll find something. We've got a cabbage and sausage breakfast skillet. So you can just grab a URL. You can pop over to Recipe Box and then click import. So you drop in the URL, click import. You can pick a pretty picture. It usually makes you resize it, done cropping. And then all of the ingredients that you need and then how to prepare the recipe is in here. You then go over here, you select course. So this is a breakfast. The main ingredient was, it's vegetables, but it's sausage. So let's say it's pork sausage. We'll put pork here. Diet type. If I recall correctly, you can actually check. Usually she'll label her recipes in terms of what they're friendly for. But this is, vegetables and meat. So it's paleo, it's AIP. So I will usually choose AIP if it's AIP because that's how I normally eat. I usually just select all, but if you're only going to eat a meal in a certain time of year, you can choose, if there's a popsicle recipe you're importing here, you choose summer. Once these top 4 are selected, you can then press save. It will ask you to check the ingredients. I go back and forth between the recipe tab and this just to make sure it's imported it properly. I click confirm, and then the recipe will show up, and I can easily then schedule it in for the week. So I click schedule. If I want it for one of the breakfast recipes that I'm going to prep, I'll just pick a Tuesday, and then we will go back to meal planner. We'll click over to the week that we were planning, and you can see here it doesn't really matter which day it's on because I'm prepping these on the weekend, but now the breakfast recipes that I want to make and the lunch recipes are in here. So that's how easy it is to use this software. Okay, so if you need any other reasons to try out this meal planning software, it reduces decision with that repeatable weekly format. If you're okay with eating the same thing week after week, then that's a great way to make life a little easier. It simplifies generating your grocery list. So if you don't do click and collect and actually enjoy going into the grocery store, you just have to bring your phone with you, pull open the app, click over to the shopping list tab, and then you have your grocery list automatically in the app. No writing it down on paper or creating it in your phone. Meal planning actually lets you stick to nutrient-dense meals. It's flexible when you need variety. I get really bored with meal planning, and so I love finding out new recipes and importing them into the app. So my affiliate link is in the description if you would like to try it out. And then don't forget to download your 2-week AIP-friendly meal plan that I have made for you. It contains all of the recipes as well as the shopping list. So if you're dealing with inflammation in your body, this is a perfect freebie that you can try out. Thanks for being here. Now go and live well, and I'll see you in the next video.